Hi everyone, how are you? Nice seeing you. Thank you so much for coming. We continue the series of shiurim about working on our qualities. And today, the qualities that we're talking about is laziness and agility. You know, in a way, when people are so slow and doing things, they have all the time in the world, they postpone everything for tomorrow, and the opposite, when people are fast, when they're quick. So let's start with a joke. There was this lady, came to a rabbi, and she tells him, "Rabbi, I want to divorce my husband." And he's like, "Why? What happened?" "You don't know, he's not religious." And the rabbi is like, "Oh, why do you say so? We see him every day in shul, morning, evening, he puts on his tefillin, everything is okay. Why do you say he's not religious?" "You don't know, Rabbi," she says. "My husband forces me to prepare him coffee after he ate meat. So what? Coffee with milk?" So he says, "Cannot be. I doubt it." And he says, "Okay, I heard your side, let me go and hear your husband's side. I have to hear whatever he says." So he calls him and he asks him, "What do you say? Is it true that you asked your wife to prepare you a dairy coffee after you ate meat?" He says, "Yes, I did." "Why?" "Until this coffee is going to be ready, more than 6 hours will pass for sure." Sometimes people are so slow. Where is this coming from? There are some people that you call them the tomorrow people. Whatever they can postpone, whatever they can delay, they'll delay.
Procrastinators.
Huh?
Procrastinators.
Right. So it could start with stupid things that are not really important, and it finishes with big things. And whenever you teach yourself, you don't teach yourself, but you used to delay things and postpone things, you're not benefiting from this at all. You got a thank you letter from one of your relatives, or you got a check for the last bar mitzvah that you did for your son, let's say, and you want to send a thank you note. How long this letter waits and waits and waits and waits? It's almost his wedding, and this poor guy, and you didn't send this letter yet. Sometimes you get a ticket and you don't pay it on time. Okay, you promise yourself the first thing I'll do home when I come home, I'll do it, and then this phone call, or somebody came, or you were not in the mood of it, or you wanted to check something in the computer, and that's it. You want to start a diet. How long? You always start it from tomorrow. It's never today, and you borrowed a book from your neighbor, from your friend. How many months this book lays in your house until you return it, And so, Haramchal, Rabbi Moshe Chaim Luzzatto, in his book Meselat Yesharim, he said that the human being is created from sand. And therefore this materialism makes him very heavy. And Shlomo Melech, he says in Sefer Mishlei, "Ad matai atzel tishkav?" Until what time, you lazy person, you're going to lay down in your bed? When you're going to get up and start moving and start being active, do things, that you really have to do. So he really warns, he really tells people, be active because it's important. You all know this famous example. What laziness do? There was this king that built himself a nice, beautiful palace, and he asks 2 artists to come and design it, right? To make it nice, the walls of it. there was this huge hole in the middle of this palace, and he asked them. He divided it into two and gave this job to these two people who wanted to have variety. So one of them is diligent, starts working very fast. He thinks to himself which colors, which paintings, which kind of whatever he's going to draw over there, and he works on it, and then it's beautiful. You know, he draws all kind of animals, he draws angels, he draws people. It's like it's a live picture. It's beautiful. And the other one says to himself, I have time. It's a 1 year he gave them. I have time. I could relax meanwhile. I could think of ideas and stuff. 2 weeks before the deadline, he all of a sudden remembers, and he's so scared. I didn't start. What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? He had an idea. He bought some mirrors, and he put it in his section, in his part of the hall. And whatever the other artist was working for the whole year, it just reflects on his side, and it looks magnificent. It looks beautiful. So when the dedication of the day of the dedication of the palace, the king comes with all his ministers and the officials and all these important people. They come to check and to observe their labor, and they come to the first hall, and it's so beautiful, and they give you so much compliments. It's beautiful, beautiful. When it comes to the second one that the king sees, this is the same pictures exactly. So he understood. He was smart. He understood what the other artist did. And whenever they come to get their salary, their payment, he bought them 2 bags of gold coins. Okay, he tells them, let's go to the palace, and I'll give it to you there. He puts everything in the side of the first one, the diligent one, that one that was working for the whole year. And he tells to the lazy one, look, your bag is there. So this is a punishment of lazy people. In the secular world, there's this quote that everybody says, time is money. Right? Time is so important. Take advantage of the time. Do things good. We say more than that. Time is life. Hashem gives to each other, like you have this sand glass, that hourglass, that you see the sand, how it drops, how it comes, and the minute finishes, whatever you have to. So Hashem gives to all of us like a container full of life, and in there's a limited amount of time. In the bottom of it, there's a hole, and nobody can stop it. Okay, it just leaks and leaks. It comes down all the time, works all the time. And if we like it or not, the time just flows and flows, and time goes by. And think about this: every 60 seconds, a minute dies. Every 60 minutes, an hour dies. Every 24 hours, a day, a whole day and night. And it comes and it finishes very, very fast. In a way, they say that if you don't take advantage of the time, it's kind of people are kind of killing themselves, if they don't pay attention, if they don't take advantage, and they have to be very, very careful. In the secular world, people work very much for money. They want to gain money. Their whole work, they do everything, whatever they can. They go to colleges. They learn a lot to be able to work, to make a big profit, a nice amount of money. For what? To go to vacation, to enjoy, to spend this time. And this is something that it's hard to understand. Why to waste this time? Look, when people have spare time, what do they do in their spare time? Okay?
Read.
Okay.
Relax. Kids. Spend time with kids.
Spend time with kids. Okay, very nice.
Relax.
Relax. Yeah, the question is how you relax. Okay?
Sleep.
Sleep. Okay? Pay attention. How much time do we waste to go on Facebook? To check on how other people live, all kind of celebrities and stuff. You pay attention how much time we waste. If you relax, in order to relax, to gain back some strength, to start working at something else. But to go and to waste time, to kill time, to see what other people doing, and some people have all kind of activities just to, they don't know what to do with themselves, so they collect all kind of things because they have nothing important, no purpose, nothing important to do. That's called wasting, because it's like those people who drink very, very salty water. You take the water from the ocean and drink. So maybe in this first moment you feel like you're satisfying yourself, but you're really not. You're making yourself more thirsty. You realize afterwards that you're really not satisfying yourself. When people have lack of motivation, when people are lazy, they don't want to do stuff, this is when it comes along with despair and depression sometimes, or dejection. You're not interested, you're not into doing stuff, and this is the source of all the bad things in the world, because you have to overcome your yetzer. You want to sleep, you just don't want to do anything, just leave me alone, I don't want to get up in the morning, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, let me stay like that. You don't like it when it happens to your son. He has to go to school. Your daughter, she has to go to school. You don't like it when they go to sleep very late, they cannot get up in the morning, it's so hard for them. Mesilat Yesharim says that they say to a lazy person, your rabbi came to the state, okay, to the United States, and he tells them, I'm afraid to leave the house, I'm afraid to go and visit him, to talk, go in a car. What if a lion will meet me, if I'll meet a lion? What if there's all kind of dangerous things out there? What if it's too hot outside? What if it's snowing and it's too cold outside? And then they say, okay, so your rabbi is not in the United States, he came to your town, he's here in New York. What if I'll meet this thing in the way? The lion is going to come towards me, and something is going to happen. All kind of excuses that he finds. He said, no, he's in your building. Or maybe he won't open me the door. Maybe, all kind of excuses. And they say it's not the fear that makes him lazy. It's the laziness that make him ki'ilu fear from all these things that he thinks he'll see outside. Sometimes you say to yourself, now I'm going to go out after I came home, I took off my high heels, I put on my comfortable clothing, I don't want to get dressed again, I don't want to go to here or to there. And your daughter, for example, she needs to do homework. And she's like, I cannot help washing dishes, I cannot help cleaning the house, I have to do a lot of homework. That's the excuses. Your son doesn't want to wake up in the morning, he has a test that day, so, okay? And it happens to all of us. In Sefer Malot HaMidot it says that from the creation of the world, Hashem didn't make the human being lazy. The opposite. He made him to become agile, quick, in his deeds, in his ways. Like it says, V'hi Adam le'nefesh chaya, ma ze chaya? Zrizata. He's fast. Hashem created the man to do things, not to lay down and to rest and take his time. So there is a fact that there's no such a thing like lazy, that you want to make yourself lazy. It's your choice, it's our choice if we want to become lazy. Proofs, a lot of proofs, like I said before. If, let's say, your daughter claims that she's tired, she cannot wake up in the morning, it's so hard for her, tell her that there's a trip that day. She's quickly, gets up early, she's into, what should I wear, where should I go, which snacks should I take with me, which drinks she prepares a day and everything. Means that even if the whole year she comes too late to school, she misses the school bus or whatever, And these days there's a trick. She can manage her time if she wants. Same would be your kids. Same would be your husband. Let's say he promised you that he's going to help you in something. All of a sudden, he finds excuses. He has a very important phone call to do. He can't help you right now because he's busy, because this, because that. And same are we. We don't like. We think that sometimes people don't like to help us, but we are doing sometimes the same thing. You yourself have excuses that you don't have any strength, let's say, to go to a shiur. Okay? But let's say they announce that there's a Rosh Chodesh party or some kind of other party. All of a sudden, you can find a babysitter to the shiur. There's always an excuse, there's no babysitter or something. You can find a babysitter, it's not a problem whatsoever. You arrange, because it depends on what you like and whatever you want to do. You decide it's better for you to make shoppings, let's say, because that's what you want, instead of, let's say, spending time with your elder mother or doing all kind of things that you don't like to do or whatever. You prefer to watch something in the computer or something instead of learning something, or saying Tehillim to somebody that really needs prayers or something. This is called priorities. Okay, every one of us, we have priorities. The question is, what do we do with this? They say no one is too busy in this world. It's all about priorities. It's what you want. It's what you like. And Shlomo HaMelech says in Sefer Mishlei, Al Sadeh ish atzel avarti. I was passing by next to this lazy person, next to a field of this lazy person. והנה עלה כולו כמשונים. All of it is full of thorns, and there's no really something growing there. And even the gates that was surrounding it, even this was broken. The gates are from stones. How could gates from stone get broken? But when somebody is not really careful, is not really doing, okay? They say without hard work, nothing grows but weeds, okay? So when somebody is really lazy, nothing is working out for him. So what is the solution? What is our sages? What do they suggest for this kind of a situation? There was this rabbi that came once to one of the synagogues, and he gave a lecture. He spoke about loving Torah. He spoke about Yirat Shamayim, how to fear Hashem. He spoke about all kind of nice stuff. Comes to him after the lecture a man in his 70s. He introduces himself and he says, Rabbi, I was so touched with your words. It's so true, whatever you said. I wish I would meet you 40 years ago. The rabbi tells him, he holds his hand and he tells him, don't say, it's useless to say, I wish I would learn, I wish many years ago I would meet you, because if only I would do, or this kind of sentences, you cannot really do anything about this. You have a challenge. What do I do now, here and now? Start taking yourself into your hands from now, okay? Don't think about whatever happens in the past. Many people, they justify their laziness with all kind of only what would happen if only, okay? If only, let's say, I would go and study, I would become this and this and this. If only this special rabbi would teach me, would bring me closer to him, I would get more religious or more educated or whatever. If only I would get married with X. If only I had this and this type of kids. If only my parents would help me, with education, with some money, with some investment, I would open myself a business, I would do this, or only if I would live in this and this neighborhood, if I would have this and this friends, if I would one of the guys, he made this whole list of all the common excuses that people have. If only I had money, if only I would be healthier, I would do this and this and that. If only I had time, if only the others would understand me, if only I could live my life from the beginning, to start from scratch. If only I wouldn't afraid from all whatever people think about me. If only I got another chance. If only people would not bother me, I could do this and this and that. If only I would be younger. If I could do whatever I really wanted. If only I had a talent. Okay? If only people would not fail me. And it continues, the excuses of people. If only I could meet the right people in my life. If only I would dare to insist on whatever I wanted to do. If only I wouldn't miss this opportunity. If only I didn't have to be help at home, I could do this and this and that. If only I had this personality, if only somebody would help me, if only people would appreciate me, if only my family would understand me, if only I could pay all my debts, if only I had this and this woman, and so on. So, all these excuses, okay? Only when people internalize that you take responsibility on yourself, okay, and don't blame anybody else, everything will be so different. Does it remind you something? Does it remind you some famous story that we keep telling? There was this guy by the name Elazar ben Dordia. He was a very, very bad man. He was a sinner. He made all the problems in the world. And at a certain moment, his spark of regretting kind of awakened, and he wanted to become better. Elazar ben Dordia. Dordia. He wanted to become better. So he comes, he cries, he says, what should I do? He goes to the mountains and he asks for help. The mountains tell them, we cannot help you, it's your problem. He goes to the mountain. He goes to heaven and earth and asks for help. He goes to the stars out there and he asks for help. Okay? Basically, when he goes to mountain and to the mountains, it means he blames his parents. He said, it's because of my parents I became this way. If my parents would teach me, if my parents would educate me, if my parents would be on top of me, I wouldn't become such a sinner. I wouldn't go out and play outside all day long and get attached to bad friends and do all kind of stuff. Then he blames Kochavim Mazalot. It's my luck. I'm sorry, Shamayim va'aretz, heaven and earth. Heaven and earth means my environment. If only I wouldn't have bad friends. If only they wouldn't teach me and I wouldn't learn from them and we wouldn't do this and we wouldn't do that. And then he speaks about Kochavim Mazalot. If I wasn't born in a bad luck, everything would be the best for me. So all these, not the heaven, not the earth, nobody else, they don't want to help me. Why? He says, it's not our problem, it's your problem. Until he realized that it's only him to be blamed, nobody else. He took responsibility. This is when he felt that he's doing tshuva. He cried, he asked for forgiveness, he was so sorry, he was so upset, he was so, really from all this sorrow, he died. He repented. A voice came from heaven and says, Rabbi Elazar ben Dordia, mezuman l'chayei ha'olam haba. We invite you, to heaven. You're going to inherit heaven. Okay, fine. Rabbi that heard about this, he was crying. He says, look how at one moment this person, from the lowest point, from the bottom point that he was able to soar so high. He was able to make a change. People can make revolutions if they want. People can change things upside down. It's up to them. If they want, if they take the blame, if they take responsibility for their actions. This is what we have to learn from this story. Imagine to yourself that lo alenu, somebody, they tell him you have only 2 days to live, let's say, God forbid. What would this person do at this 48 hours that he has to live? Okay? Shlomo HaMelech answers a very nice answer for this kind of questions. What would you do? He says a very smart sentence in Mishlei, speaks about Eshet Chayil, that in the last day it says, V'tischak leyom acharut. A woman that is smart, she knew how to manage her days, she knew she did things the right way, in the last day of her, she's going to laugh. She's going to be joyful. She's going to be happy with the things that she accomplished in her lifetime. Hope, speaks about giving education to the children, marrying them off, teaching them all kind of moral lessons, doing whatever a woman needs to do. Okay, this is called v'tischak leyom acharut. Baal HaOrchot Tzadikim says, and I'll come back to it in a second. Baal HaOrchot Tzadikim says something like that. In this matter of zrizut, of being fast, diligent, of being having this midah of agility, imagine to yourself. This is the way you can work on it. Imagine to yourself your success. It's hard for you in a certain area. You want to take upon yourself, let's say, to cover hair. And it's hard for you. First of all, you're afraid of the response or whatever people are going to say about you. You don't know how you're going to look like. You don't know. Imagine to yourself that you look the most beautiful woman and the compliments that you get. Imagine to yourself wearing all kind of colors, doing all that, and people praising you. It gives you a motivation to continue doing it. Any field that you want to succeed. Let's say you never baked a cake till now. And you want to bake and you're so scared because your sister-in-law is on top of you and your mother-in-law is on top of you and what they would say and this and that. So, but imagine to yourself all these compliments that you're going to get afterwards. And people will tell you you're so, we say kokun, but we say, okay, Sherry's a woman that is really successful. She knows. Imagine to you this success and you will be able to do it. And it's in any field. You want to start a diet. Imagine to yourself that you lost these 10 pounds that is really bothering you and you will be able to get into this dress or whatever. This will give you a motivation to start. So, in Masechet Pesachim, it says, Zrizim makdimim lemitzvot. People that care about the mitzvot, they're fast in doing the mitzvot. Where do they learn it from? We learn it from Avraham Avinu. Avraham Avinu, Hashem tells him, קח נא את בנך, את יחידך, אשר אהבת את יצחק, ועלהו להיות עולו. Hashem asks Abraham to sacrifice his own son. How many years Yitzchak? Yitzchak was born after so many years of praying, anticipation, waiting. Abraham was already, how old he was? He was 100 years old. And after so many years waiting for this boy, Hashem tells him, okay, so now kill him for me. Of course, Hashem didn't ask him to kill him for him, but he wanted to test Abraham. Abraham could say, fine, in 5 years, in 10, I think Hashem didn't tell me exactly when to do it. V'eshkem Avraham b'boker. The first thing, early in the morning, he did the next day was, woke up early, prepared his donkey to go to the mountain and to sacrifice. Why are you so in such a hurry? You can do these things in 2 weeks from now, in 1 year from now, in 10 years from now. Why this hurry? Because this being fast and do whatever Hashem asks you to do, it shows how you love Hashem. And because of this fast action of Abraham, Hashem promised him, Hashem swore that he's going to remember this thing forever for the merit of his children. Because it so much depends how you do it. Rabbi Pinchas ben Yair Omer, he gives a whole line of all these qualities The second quality is zrizut. It says zirut mevia al yedei zrizut, zrizut mevia al yedei nekiyut, and it continues. What's so special about zrizut? Depends how you do. Depends where your mind is. Some say that the angel hit Yaakov Avinu in the leg on purpose, so that it's going to get slow. Don't rush to do it slow. Don't rush. And this is what you wanted to kill in Yaakov. This is when you put a lot of chaim, a lot of neshama in the mitzvah that you do. There's all kind of ways of doing the mitzvah. You can do it slow, take your time, don't pay attention. What kind of tefillah we have sometimes in the morning? We're tired, we yawn, we think about the breakfast, we think. And there's a different tefillah when you really concentrate and you really thank Hashem for all the good things that He showered you with. Okay? So there is a difference. And Hashem is looking for this zrizut, for this type of mitzvah. Do it with enthusiasm, with excitement, with kavanah.
But is it possible to do this every single day?
You're working on it. You're working on it. They say, I heard this mashal yesterday, and I heard it a while ago too. Whenever you want to pray with kavanah, and it's so hard for you, and you missed most of the Shemona Esrei, you were not paying attention to this brachot, and you came to Modim, and this is when you really concentrate now. Should you concentrate, or you should just finish the tefillah, because what type of tefillah it is? So they say, mashal, there's let's say, a thief comes and he steals from you, or a dog comes and he steals from you. You had a basket of let's say bread that you wanted to sell, and he takes from you. Only 2 is left. Should you hold on these 2? Of course you should hold on these 2, because why should you give it all? So if you were not able to concentrate on the tefillah, happens. People have all kind of minds, all kind of thoughts. Tomorrow you're going to be better. But at least now that you came to a point where you can concentrate, you grab this opportunity and you try to concentrate as much as you can. So,
but even in the things you do, let's say in the beginning of the day you start off with a good, and by the end of the day everyone is drained out.
So this is when you need some motivation. If let's say you hear a daily emunah can help you with motivation. If a friend can call you with some good quotes, with some good encouraging things. If sometimes your daughter, she doesn't need help in doing things. Of course, everybody needs this motivation, and you have to teach yourself how to not to get into despair. I'm always like that, and I will always be like that. And keep work on yourself, work on your qualities, work on whatever you could do with excitement. That's our avodat Hashem. It's not easy. So. I wanted to explain you about to tell you about Harav Yosef Chaim Sonnenfeld. Harav Yosef Chaim Sonnenfeld, he was the rabbi of Yerushalayim about 100 years ago. He was an old man when we talk about this story. Some guy asked him that if he's going to meet Rabbi Rubin, maybe he can ask him about certain thing. And the rabbi said, okay. Then the whole night, it was snowing very heavily in Yerushalayim. And the next morning, this guy sees the rabbi, comes towards his neighborhood. The rabbi lived far away. He lived in the old city. This was in the new city. He walks in the heavy snow, slowly, in this cold weather, to speak with this Rabbi Reuben that he asked him. He felt so embarrassed. He runs outside, he cries and says, Rabbi, I wanted you to help me out in this matter, but it's not urgent. You could do it a week from now. You could do it 10 days from now. It doesn't have to be, especially not in this kind of weather. I feel so bad. Rabbi, please forgive me. And the rabbi says, what, you think that old people don't have to make mitzvot? This is my ishtadlut. This is whatever I have to do. And it's not a big thing for me. When people, they don't... there's a lot of stories like that with the Chafetz Chaim, with others. Even though you're old, even though you're busy, even though you have millions of things to do, okay, you have the obligation to do your mitzvot. We go back now to Eshet Chaim. See how many compliments Shlomo HaMelech gave to this woman of the Lord. Besides, I'm not talking about Batach Balev Balad, that her husband trusts her and she's this and she's that. I'm talking about diligence. see how many activities she does to become this Eshet Chayil. Darshat Semer Ufishtim. She's efficient. She works. She's looking. She's looking to buy this. Not only that she keeps her husband's properties and whatever he has, she also tries to find some new things. Where can she buy in a low price this tzemer, this wool, this linen, this stuff, whatever. She does it willingly, everything. Nobody forces her. Nobody sits with a gun or do this, do that. She does everything willingly. She's fine with this. הייתה קוניית סוחר. She runs, she goes and does business in a far place, in a close place. Even though it's her husband's obligation to support her, it's not her obligation, but she sees whatever she can do to bring some more support, some more money to the house. ותקם בעוד לילה, she wakes up in the middle of the night. ותיתן טלפון out there, she decides already early hours, the wee hours of the night, who is going to do what. Even though she has servants, she has maids, she can tell them what to do. She's organized. She tells everybody, what they should do, what the day is going to look like, which type of food we're going to do today. Everything she's organizing. Saves money until in a point that if she wants to buy a field, she can even buy a field. חגרה בעוז מתניה. She's quick. She takes responsibility for whatever she does. טעמה קיטו סחרה. And then לא יכבה בלילה רע. Even at night time she doesn't sleep. ידיה שלך בקישור. כפה בשר. So many activities that we have here for this woman that does and does and does. Let's finish with one story about Adrianus. Adrianus was this Roman emperor that went to make a war once. And on his way, he was passing Tiberia, north of Israel, and he saw an old man, and he's almost close to 100 years old man, planting a tree, a fig tree. He tells him, "Hello, are you crazy? You're old. Why this hard labor? Why this effort? It's very hard to remove all these stones and to plant and to water it and to this. It's not a work for you." He says, "It's okay. It's fine. I do it. If I have the chance, I'll eat it myself. If not, my kids are going to enjoy."